My lovely Aquariuses, this is your horoscope for July 2025. Now, July will start with Venus blessing your house of true love. On July 4th, Venus goes into your fifth house, which is a house of true love and creativity and joy. Whole month until July 31st, it will be staying there in your fifth house, sort of playful mood. Summer will be kicking in and you will be on a more higher vibration, amazing positive mindset, thanks to Venus circulating your fifth house, my dear Aquariuses. It will bring you joy, especially your family circle and also some travel, especially those of you who are traveling together with your family members, like your mom or sisters and brothers or husband, wife. So it seems like these kind of things and activities whole July will be bringing you joy, my dear Aquarius. Enjoy this time. And if you're single, this will be amazing month to meet someone special. So go out and about. Make it a point, my dears. July 7th, big thing going on. Uranus, your ruler, planet of surprises, electricity, and all things innovation, moving into your fifth house too. Now, Uranus is a slow moving planet and it stays in one sign for 7 years. So, this is very rare. And it will stay in your fifth house until November 8th, giving you opportunity to look behind the veils. What's going to come in the next 7 years when Uranus will come back to your fifth house after its retrograde, because it will retrograde, and it will move back into your fourth house where it spent the last 7 years after November 8th, and it will be back into your fifth house in April 2026 to stay there until 2032. So this is a very long sort of running game and transit. You don't want to miss my separate video on this. I'm going to make a whole separate video because this energy, Uranus in your fifth house is something new. It's something that we never felt before, because Uranus takes 84 years to make whole circle around the zodiac and come back to the same point. Unless you are 84 years old or older, you've never felt Uranus in your fifth house too. Uranus was in your fifth house during Second World War. That was the last time when Uranus was in your fifth house. So that video will be very interesting. We will go through what it means for the whole world and specifically to each zodiac sign. So stay tuned, make sure to subscribe and not to miss it. Now let's talk about Neptune and Saturn. Those two planets are going to retrograde in July, meaning slowing down. They are moving backwards. Now, Neptune will start moving backward July 4th and Saturn on July 13th. So these two planets, they are moving together for the last year and this year too, but it will be only next year when they will be at the same conjunction, like same degree. But for now, they are still very close, moving together through your third house of communication, my dear Aquariuses. Now, these two planets will retrograde almost pretty much until end of the year. Neptune until December 10th, Saturn until November 28th. So, second half of this year seems like these two planets are sending you to retrospective motion, reflective motion around your communication projects, like especially those of you who are involved with media or something with speaking, writing, or maybe, I don't know, presenting something. Everything that we use our voice or communication skills, like writing or public speaking as well. So if you, for example, writing a book, then it seems like until end of the year, you will be in a heavy revision part. Seems like you will be reflecting a lot about this project, whether how to maybe do things differently, or maybe to bring something new to whatever you're doing in that area of your life. Or in general, you will be a lot thinking about your skills, what kind of skills you possess and you wish to possess, or maybe you need to have, so that you move forward with your job or with your daily assignments or whatever at the table right now in front of you. Now, these two planets in third house is also about siblings and all our close friends. Seems like you will be on a revision mode as well about whom you communicating, who are your close friends, what kind of information you're sharing between you and your friends, and and your siblings also, brothers and sisters. And third house is about neighbors and close relatives too, so it might be things around them too, like between you, the communication, and what kind of relationship you have between you and them. And also, they might visit you or you might visit them. All these people, actually, maybe your old friends will start contacting you with whom you previously been close enough, while these two planets will be retrograding. Third house is also about transportation. And if you're in a process of purchasing transportation, like a car, or I don't know, anything, bicycle or bike or yacht maybe, or you're selling it, again, these two planets will put a pause to give you time to do it in a proper way, with a much more understanding and clarity, with all the things that you need to know there, so that you sell it to a good price or you buy it for a good price. Anyhow, these two planets will be slowing down things around assigning papers, a communication, and in general will make you more sort of private. Now, we are coming to this amazing, gorgeous full moon on July 10th in your house of secrets, 12th house. Now, when full moon appears in the house of like secrets, usually some secret is revealed, but this one is amazing one, such a gorgeous full moon. Whatever secret will be revealed, either yours or other people that you might happen to know, will be with a happy ending. Sort of, you will be thrilled to know some information around this full moon. Now, those of you who are born 5th of February, plus or minus 5 days, you will be affected the most because it's hitting your 18th degree. Now, this full moon will be supported hugely by Mars, and Mars is sitting in your financial house, my dear Aquariuses. What's good about this is that, these two houses about mental state. It's about, this universal hints, like especially those of you who are on the spiritual side, let's say that you're busy with astrology, or maybe digging some truth out in one way or another. Like, for example, you are a ecologist, or maybe you are, I don't know, researcher or scientist. This is amazing full moon. You might stumble upon such a some fact or artifact or something which was hidden. You might uncover it, and you might become someone who found something very important. Now, these houses are also about mental state. As I said, you might finish around this time maybe your therapy, for example, and you might get amazing and exciting results. Or it could be also related to your health situation, actual physical well-being. These two houses are ruling that too. Like you've been spending, for example, in a hospital last couple of months, as an example, or maybe you've been busy with analysis and medical checkups last couple of months, and this full moon comes in and brings amazing positive news that it will release you, and you finally good to go from the hospital, especially those of you who've been hospitalized, or like you will be free finally. You will feel alive and you will be grateful that you've done all those checkups, and everything will be fine. And even if you will have some surgery around this full moon, some of you might have some surgery because Mars, that is supporting full moon, it's about all things sharp, including surgical knives, which is in your house of health, seems like suggesting everything will be okay. Don't worry about that surgery. Everything will go smooth. And also, these two houses linked to conception. Conception in general, like a baby, getting pregnant, is a secret journey given to us from the universe. So it seems like around this full moon, some of you might find out that you're pregnant, my dear Aquarius. And that news will be happy one. Like your ruler Saturn of this full moon will conjunct Neptune, planet of magic, in your house of communication and news. Those two will receive boost from Pluto, which is in your first house, and Uranus from your house of kids. So this will be amazing news. Seems like you will have the news to share with your partner about pregnancy, or vice versa, your partner might share it and you will be thrilled to this news, my dear Aquarius. All in all, this full moon is amazing one. So whatever is on your mind, do it around this full moon. Or maybe you are in the process of investing some money somewhere far, like not in your land. Maybe it might be that you are preparing to invest money in some property which is located somewhere far, like hotel business, for example. Or if you're traveling for some, I don't know, for example, medical trip, or not even connected to health or medicine at all, that trip will be super positive. Now, we are coming to the second part of July, and on July 18th, we have Mercury going retrograde in your seventh house until August 11th. Now, Mercury is notorious when it retrogrades. It retrogrades 3 times. This is its second time, and it's moving backwards, meaning this planet is about ideas, is about communication, data, information, and all these things usually go sideways. Some mess up happened during Mercury retrograde, and it's happening in your house of partnerships. So it seems like whatever paper you will be signing around this time, make sure to double check or even triple check, and to involve your lawyers before you sign some papers during Mercury retrograde in your seventh house, because seventh house is all these business partnerships that we work one-on-one, or our partnership, like your marriage situation too. And if you're getting married around this time, it's okay to get married and sign papers with Mercury retrograde in your house of marriage. Like maximum thing might happen that they will make some mistake in your marriage certificate, so you will have to reissue that. So it's not like Venus retrograding, which is a love planet, because when Venus retrogrades and getting married during this time, this is not a good idea. But when Mercury retrogrades, it's okay. But still, when Mercury retrogrades, it's not advisable to sign important papers, not advisable to do any plastic surgeries, and also not advisable to buy anything expensive. You might simply change your mind, or you might not like that at the end. Something will go off about that purchase anyhow, might go off. So better to postpone all those things until second half of August, my dear Aquarius. Now, second half of July in general will be a bit bumpy one. We are all in this together, and not only for you, but for all of us, it will be difficult period. So exercise patience towards yourself and to other people too. We will all have some stressful time. Now, let's get into this period. Now, July 23rd, we have Mars connecting South Node in your house of money, which is directly opposing North Node in your another house of money, which is earning money. Now, to make all this aspect even more interesting, to say the least, and difficult, Venus will come into picture and will make harsh angle to both of those nodes, South Node and North Node. And that aspect will be exact on July 23rd. So Venus is sitting in your fifth house of kids and children and also your business. And Mars is together with South Node in your house of money. And seems like for you guys, it will be some situation related to money. It might be about finances. Like, for example, you've been planning to invest, or you had a business partner who were planning to invest into your idea to make the business. But around end of July, that person might somehow withdraw his offer or her offer. They might change their mind, for example. And that's why you will have a bit situation where whether to start the business by yourself with your own finances, and if you're going to start, then you will need to more finances to put into that business from your own pocket, or maybe to try to find another business partner. But in general, end of July will not be a good time to do so. And in general, to start anything new, because it's a bit of a stressful time. Mars, whatever it touches, it makes it faster. It makes it happen fast. Like, it's impatient. It's let get things done planet. So it's connected to your South Node. And South Node is node of loss, node of past. And seems like it is in your house of, shared resources. Anyhow, there will be some situation linked to money, or it could be situation linked to pregnancy. For some of you guys, it might be completely about pregnancy, about conception. And again, if you've been waiting for, let's say, positive news around this time, for some of you, it will be positive, but still you might need to go some procedures like IVF or some additional checkups, let's say. So the things will happen, the pregnancy will start, for example. For some of you, it might be a bit of sour news there, that maybe not this time, maybe only next time, for example. Now, next day, July 24th, we have new moon in your house of partnerships, which will be opposed by Pluto from your first house, from your sign. Now, that one will be exact opposition, and it's usually about some relationship stress there. Some tension by the end of July might happen between you and your hubby, or between you and your wife, or your long-term partner, especially those of you who are long-term together, and now you should be deciding where to take this relationship. Either marriage is going to happen, either not. This kind of situation might begin around this new moon, because new moons are new energies, and they are not they are not speedy. You will have time to solve this thing, but you will get like 2 weeks and even more. This situation will last, new moons are influential up to 6 months. So seems like this situation will be ongoing between you and the important person in your life. Or if you say that my marriage is perfect, nothing is like that. Or if you say that I am single, it's not related to love, then it could be about business relationship. For example, between you and your boss or your manager, or like between you and your client. So someone who you work one-on-one directly, and with someone who you have a written agreement between you, signed agreement, because seventh house is about those relationships where we sign papers. Now, we will have support from universe in the face of Saturn and Neptune. Those two will be in your house of communication. So here, universe giving you hint. Try to communicate clearly and concisely what you want from this relationship, from that particular relationship, and what you don't want. Communication will be the key. Ideas will be the key. In general, speak to don't try to, let's say, put this situation under the rug. For example, try to solve it, try to openly speak up, try to openly talk to a person so that you will solve this situation between you and that person, my dear Aquarius. Now, seventh house is about also lawsuits. Again, here you might also find out, for example, someone sued you or you going to sue someone, or if you're already involved in a lawsuit, this new moon might not bring sort of positive news there, my dear Aquarius. Now, this new moon is hitting those who are born around 20th of January, plus or minus 5 days, because it's hitting your second degree. Now, not all full moons, not all new moons are affecting us automatically. So always check your degrees that I'm mentioning in my horoscopes. And always check your rising sign and moon sign too to get the full picture of the month. Stay on a positive side. Love you all. Bye bye.